Abusheni como our channel is actually GH Politics Avenue. Podcast also training because making headlines. And only a gym render to be exum one idim yahu braxi mu mestoxi mu political highways nim. Yedem enya sem koto kra. Na Kitty aswe and onia yedo echo na wachre di ntia ene Dr. Bawumia ne agye enya asem koto kra. Adintra Ken Ofori Atta yetimi amano eye permanent residence permit or eye UXC. The senti Bawumia ni agye anya asem koto akra na we say na Kevin Taylor enso ekire se sad yentia Bawumia empese Ken Ofori Atta ebeba oman mu aba abihia anase aba begina atemu anim no ni nyina eni se Bawumia is in connection with the criminalities or ye no na message ok say yembongram na yehwe ne yeko ene de eba because onim say so ba anya ibe bibi case bi so ama ebi abono aha ege Politics Avenue.
Just do what? Tell us what he basically did when he was given power to run our economy. It's a question to say, is Bawumia not worried? Why is Bawumia not worried? Why is Bawumia not pushing for Ken Ofori Atta to come? Why is Bawumia celebrating today, say Ken Ofori Atta has been given a green card? It is because Mahmoud Bawumia knows that when Ken Ofori Atta enters Ghana, his political career will end. Mahmoud Bawumia is a beneficiary of Ken Ofori Atta's stewardship. Adebia Ken Ofori Atta here was Ghana, and they say Ombra Ghana me yano also on the person who benefited most is Mahmoud Bawumia. That is why, since say Ken Ofori Atta some we see Mahmoud Bawumia has stayed away silently from it, because the person who will get the biggest hits, say Ken Ofori Atta ba Ghana begina court say oyi nyoma no a Bawumia ne ere. They will both go to jail. And as a Ghanaian, you might not like me. I don't fucking care whether you like me or not. But why would you go to the ballot and say, I want to give power to Bawumia? Because Mahmoud Bawumia is against transparency. Mahmoud Bawumia has embraced corruption. Mahmoud Bawumia today is against transparency. He is trying everything possible as the leader of the NPP. Today he's excited that the man who is being accused of manipulating, stealing, handling corrupt issues under the Akufo-Addo Bawumia regime, today Bawumia is happy protecting this man from coming to Ghana. Since Ken Ofori Atta asem we buy Mahmoud Bawumia njina bebia da enka say and Ghana for hu me say me yewi. Ghanaians see me Bawumia as a criminal, as a thief, somebody who is the head of a political party that basically in the history of Ghana yewi Ghana for ya kromfo. Mahmoud Bawumia has not been able to plead publicly, locally, internationally with Ken Ofori Atta to come and clean that debt of him and the party. Why do you think a politician who thinks, say, winning election 2028 is very dear to his heart, and also to prove a point to say they can fight corruption, why do you think a politician like that will not have a problem with Ken Ofori Atta staying in America? Mahmoud Bawumia personally does not want Ken Ofori Atta in Ghana. And then you ask yourself, why should anybody vote for Bawumia to lead us? Why should any Ghanaian? And then a Ghanaian, because so many people are angry. We are angry about what Ken Ofori Atta did. We are angry of the Akufo-Addo Gabi Busuafone na Kenedano. That is why so many people in the MPP, eka say ye abani mo Bawumia kura, ye ma Bawumia nko. Na Bawumia proving che Ghana for say he is not part of Ken Ofori-Atta Akufo-Addo's criminal cartel. But still, Mahamudu Bawumia cannot disprove that. Say he is an integral member and that Akufo-Addo, Ken Ofori-Atta, Gabi Ochedakumu Sika, and are still running a campaign. They are in control. They are in control of Mahamudu Bawumia's campaign. And how is Bawumia going to disassociate himself from Ken Ofori-Atta, Akufo-Addo, these people? He can't, because they are the brain behind his political career. They are the ones who are resourcing his political career. The NPP flag bearer, he's being managed. Intiakasa artist we the manager ni, artist we the manager ni. This movie actress, this actor ni manager ni. Mahamudu Bawumia ni manager. And Ken Ofori-Atta, Akufo-Addo ne Gabimo, they are the bile of his political career. The campaign, and remember, politics is all about those who pull the strings. Politics is all about those who call in the funds. Politics is all about those who hold you down. Sa unsa president wejina politician wejina the people who made him president are the politics. Inti sa Mahamudu Bawumia se Bawumia jinawa, he is representing Ken Ofori-Atta. Because if today or the next 4 years or 2 years or 3 years, na ye Bawumia as president, Ken Ofori-Atta, the probability of him coming back to be an advisor in the Jubilee House is 1,000%. Who on this planet can today convince me that Ken Ofori-Atta, if Bawumia wins power, he's not going to come to Ghana? He is. So if today Bawumia and Adrian say, "Oh, Ken Ofori-Atta has some," and that Ken Ofori-Atta area the whole in America, no, he is not going to speak on it, because at the end of the day, Ken Ofori-Atta staying out of Ghana, no, it goes in the benefit of Mahamudu Bawumia, because on the manager, omo manage Bawumia, and Bawumia wallahi can never, ever, and Intina Bawumia is scared to grant interviews out of Ghana, and Intina Bawumia is scared to grant a one-on-one interview, because see, if Bawumia goes outside this country, any intelligent journalist will question Bawumia on Ken Ofori-Atta staying in America. And Mahamudu Bawumia is scared, because his opinion will decide whether Obenya Sika for his campaign or not. Until one thing he has done, he has moved away from one-on-one interviews. Open interview chamber Bawumia. Open one-on-one chamber Bawumia. Even the people around Bawumia, and they say, Omo running a campaign. Have you heard anybody speak about Ken Ofori-Atta? Because Ken Ofori-Atta is the money box. Intimi Busao, Ubu Ken Ofori-Atta. You don't even want to hear about the Akufo-Addo. Krono ambe boy. And they the ballot at all. You the paper at all. Rather kem. Now we Bawumia. Are you going to trust Bawumia? Say Oba power. Ken Ofori-Atta. Remember, Ken Ofori-Atta in 2009. Yes, Ken Ofori-Atta the a deal be a friend the Obotan deal. Obedupi a snit. Omuwie no forensic audit omuye ne kire say e wo Ken Ofori-Atta ye chinitum and a Ken Ofori-Atta dwane free Ghana. I'm speaking to that document, and my chair must have documents on this platform that the forensic audit, the report said clearly that Ken Ofori-Atta data bank, Ken Ofori-Atta mo, they are supposed to be arrested. Ken Ofori-Atta dwane e kan ho na JJ Rollins bufu e Atta Mills. Because JJ Rollins told Atta Mills that he was supposed to arrest Ken Ofori-Atta and then the likes. You know, Ken Ofori-Atta went into exile, went quiet. They had to pick money, be sending back home. Time Akufo-Addo car a year or two to come to power. And you Ken Ofori-Atta on the streets of Ghana doing demonstration to become the finance minister of Ghana.
Which were really bad times where we all slept at the petrol station. So that's indication that, you really need to get up and talk about it, because we cannot, as a nation that deserves so much more, come to this level.
I'm working like a bull and I'm paying my taxes.
really bad times where we all slept at the petrol station. So that's indication that, you really need to get up and talk about it, because we cannot, as a nation that deserves so much more.
So when Ken Ofori created the Obotan deal 1999-2000, that was the latter part of Kufuor's administration. SNET, DP SNET over 5 million Ghana cedis. Those times, 1999. That was the latter part of Kufuor's administration, 1999 to 2000. And Atta was taking over. JJ Ron's catcher Atta Mills said they are supposed to arrest Ken Ofori. Atta Mills Tina Homa Ken Ofori free Ghana. 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 2016. That is 17 years. Ken Ofori came back and became the finance minister of Ghana. So that's 17 years occurred na data banker or create uja hokoy na data bank no technically ne gu. After 17 years, Ken Ofori entered Ghana politics through the election of Akufo-Addo. The biggest position in Ghana, Yemfendi Agro and Akufo-Addo Tama Ken Ofori. Ken Ofori became the finance minister of Ghana for 8 years. Now you see the picture. And after Ken Ofori's stewardship, we are saying, come back home and do what? And account for your stewardship. Ken Ofori said, "Oh, Juma Wanjipe, come and tell us." He says, "No, I want to stay in America." And we secure green card permanently. Mahamudu Bawumia, who is now the flag bearer of the NPP, Ken Ofori Juma over 12 years, has decided not to speak on this man who handled Ghana's economy for 8 years. And can be being chill. Doesn't it worry you as a young man aware MPP ni? You, the communicator who gets up every morning to go sit on radio and TV to speak, say, for MPP bra power. Doesn't this worry you? Let's flip the coin a little bit. Imagine, let's say, Ken Ofori NDC ni ka kotina TV so ade na obeka. Sen ka oba Facebook and ka de na ka obeka. Let's say Ken Ofori yem fa ne se na o ye NDC ni story amaka akire wi so ba ha sika de shade nsem wen wie bi wan fa bi anya bi ombra keke mechirem owi a onsan kwa America no. Ken Ofori amba o se onye ema Ken Ofori betina America mende wa press America for emma de baby ntina afebo se ne be ya Ghana na obedi yesika samso enim eye finance minister for 8 years or the Bawumia etna economic management team etna cabinet edwindwini Ghana sika ho ebo Ghana ho bra for 8 years or say America for money baby ntina afebo na Ghana ne de lalai enya de obeba inti ene sorry no eye diabeti nyina African of Rata lawyers no say ende America for amman krata enkyere se obetima tena ha ye dwuma ema so ye na adwene se onko Ghana biem kura obi aniwa obetumi atata no. Now see my green card eno nkyere se ye ntumi extradite, meaning the Ghana government still almost pursue extradition of Ken Ofori. It's a path they can still take, because being granted a green card does not exclude you from extradition. If the country almost foul ediko by force, any embranu kodino omo injina swankasa na se omni America for tenasi din kona America for no se injina so no emu aden o man any eye authority bi ase omo betumi a prevent Ghana man se omo fa Ken Ofori akọ, but also TB bi ase Ken Ofori time na MPP power. Ken Ofori was part of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo Bawumia symposia, exhibitions, talk shows, everything. In fact, Ken Ofori was part of the series of demonstrations in Ghana. Kache say he is back to serve his motherland. He is a patriot. Ghana and waba opese awesome. Inti yantam to me make for na ombeye finance minister. So we saw so many demonstrations at Ken Ofori Atta LED ya. Now catch Ghana for say Montuma MPP because no me a ding. Omo no mudi musu NDC for no. Omo nomo. Ye na ye Ghana for ye dog Ghana ye ya chim for. Ye na mudi to minima ya ye betu ye ya kumem because Ghana ye do. Ken Ofori Atta LED demonstrations.
Which were really bad times where we all slept at the petrol station. So that's indication that, you really need to get up and talk about it because we cannot, as a nation that deserves so much more, come to this level. Which were really bad times where we all slept at the petrol station. So that's indication that, you really need to get up and talk about it because we cannot, as a nation that deserves so much more, come to this level. I'm working really bad times where we all slept at the petrol station. So that's indication that, you really need to get up and talk about it because we cannot, as a nation that deserves.
This is when Akufo-Addo was in opposition. Ken Ofori Atta led demonstrations telling Ghana for we are the people who love Ghana. And the other way Ghana ni. But you ask yourself, Obia wabe my 8 years. So many times on your opportunity or the Bible na Ghana for kasaye or chere se or nyamsumni or nyamsuruni de oye ama ye nyina ne eye nakumem ene nakumem fita or di Ghana for. In fact, Ken Ofori Atta ka chere se ejuma oye ma ye kra wanji pay because na oye de otunu ho ache. Oye ejuma ma ye at a point or ka chere se wentua no ho ka wa ma no ho salary, meaning ejuma eye de Yesu Kristo beye ye no enua bi na Ken Ofori Atta beye sa ehu che ejuma ana dedication ejuma selflessness ejuma sa ejuma ya ya ketua Yesu beye bi wa asase no so no 2016 Ken Ofori Atta ka chere Ghana for say oba beye bi ama Ghana ema ye de tumi ma MPP no ye be ne finance minister no o say pay kura onje na oye ejuma no acheye. Ken Ofori Atta LED budget upon budget, LED delegation upon delegation, LED policy upon policy, introduce different policies, interventions. Ken Ofori Atta was the head of Ghana Sikasem. Ye pie kwa bruchire ni ekodi sika ho nkoma ono ene di sa nkoma no. Bebi a ye di sika to, de ne ye di sika ye, emfaso e ba so, e ka kakra ba ye, nyoma ye di sika nyina ono ena na sebio ohweso. For 8 years, Ken Ofori Atta etna economic management team on Bawumia and a chair sa management committee no. On Bawumia na anadwubi omu hia ehwe Ghana nkrata musika sem. Ken Ofori Atta and Mahmoud Bawumia 2020 etna se
we ensema horo tim ko so channel so mam na so jem reda sene so ba ndi adum bi adumenia. Obesen share.